Now, we have the cabinet almost assembled. This is the first part of putting it together. Joints are still a bit tight, so we're going to refine all the joints. We have the two bottom shelves coming in and out just nicely, just as we want them. And we have the middle one fitting. So we've one more shelf to fit. So the whole idea is to get it fitting into that. Now, as you can see, it's a little bit too tight. You can get it in, but it's a little bit too tight. So what we're going to do now is we're going to plane this down to suit this shelf here. Okay, so we got a hand plane. We'll try this low angle hand plane here and just see. Oh, that's not tearing the cable out. Going around there. Oh my god, we're doing a very bad job on it. There's still quite a ways to go there, but it's a good job because when I was playing the timber there, it tore the grain. So just to show you, it tears the grain. I don't know whether you can see it now, but that's it there. All torn out. The grain is all ripped out. So we're going to plane that back. Now, it's a good job the shelf is thicker than we need, because if it wasn't, it's a boo-boo that would take a lot of time to fix by having to machine another piece of timber. This is why I make the joints slightly smaller than the timber, so we can fit these shelves after, so that if you have any boo-boos like tear out, we can fix it. And there you go, there's a shelf sitting in there already. Well, that's a lovely fit there now. This one's still a bit tight, so we can concentrate on taking that off there. Well, again, we still some tear out to fix, so we'll go with that. Now, still a bit tight there. This one's fine. This one's good. But this one here, still very tight. When I take that out there, you're going to see the indentations of the marks of the tightness, the tight fit. So we need to get that down, get them to vanish. So what I'll do now is I'll just take one or two more passes, and then we'll use the number 3. Just to smarten it up. Like, I mean, this is a fine plane. I mean, you could almost leave it off that if you want, but I like the number 3. It gives a fantastic end result, like so. Now we'll change to number 3, and the number 3 will give us just the final pass, the final, it's almost taken very little off, like, but nevertheless it's giving us that final mean, you can see how fine the shavings are, you know. They're literally super fine. I mean, that problem with the tear out now is gone. And like, I mean, that's a polished surface, and that in itself is damn good to use. I mean, you could almost leave this fine, perfect. But we'll take it a step further. You know, we want it to look better than fine. So that one's lovely and snug. This one's still a tad too tight, but that there's going in lovely, like, you know. So we still have a problem here, so we have to continue with our hand planing on this one here to get it to fit the way I want it to fit. And again, we can see the squeeze marks of the joint there on both sides, and we want to get rid of that because we want this just to snugly go in. And at the moment it's just way too tight. So as you can see, we've glued up the cabinet. I've started the sheeting on the back. So these are the pieces of oak I spoke about, and I have 5 of them fitted. So we're going to fit the last one now. Let's go over. It's about 2 1/8 inches in width is what I need. So what's that? 54 mil thereabouts. I'll just double check it up here. 54 mil. So I'm just going to use my finger as a gauge. I have it marked, and that's it. Cut that off. Now, for this I'll just use a cross cut saw. It'll do the ripping for me. It's only a very light piece of timber. So again, I'm going to use a stool over here, and I'll rip the timber down. Take a few minutes. Now we just run the hand plane on this, make it nice and clean. Now here we have almost had it. 1 second. Just looking for a continuous shaving, that's all I'm looking for. And there we have it, continuous shaving. Right. We have that done there now, and we just want to put a little bevel on this just to match them up at the back. I know it'll never be seen, but you know, a little bit of craftsmanship does no harm. Again, we did the usual 6 passes. That's it. Okay. Now we're ready to fit that. Well now, we need to go back to our shooting board now. Now we're going to square one end first, okay? So, we get the shooting plane. And what we do with this first is we will pull it out from the back of here and get a small point started. We'll turn her over then, and then we'll cut it nice and square. Yeah. Now we'll go about 2 mil off the line, off the finish line, and we'll cut it at the 2 mil finish. And we'll pair it back with the shooting plane. So that's our next job to do. I shouldn't really be doing this, but we'll do this again. Now we have to fix these. So the fixing is the next stage. So it'll be panel pins and don't forget to leave the shadow gap. The gap will allow the boards to move in and out like. So, again, let's get drilling them in. Right, so these are the two drawers here. Looking good so far. So we're going on with making the inserts, the drawer carcass. And welcome back to Philly's Little Workshop. Now I've gone ahead and I've made one of the drawers. So this is the drawer. Now I'll put a Burr walnut veneer on the face of the oak, but I'm not going to cover it in this video because we'll touch base on that another time, because that's two ways of putting it on, is PVA glue and contact adhesive, and that's a total different video. Show you how both methods work and the reasons why you choose the method you want, glue or contact adhesive. So this is the drawer for the little cabinet, right? And these are the dovetails. So you can see we've put two little dovetails in it, a centre pin and a half pins, okay? And we've done one single dovetail for the rear of the drawer. And then from the other side you will see the groove that we have done with the plough plane in the sides and the oak face. So this is what we've gone ahead and made. So we'll now show you how to mark out for dovetails. Now they're quite simple. It takes a lot of practice to get them right, but once you get them right, they're very satisfying. Like I said, I only chose dovetails in the drawers. I didn't choose to put dovetails in the cabinet because there's enough going on in the drawers between the dovetails and the boar veneer and the yoke. Okay, so let's show you the setting out. That's the next thing. So the first thing we do is we establish you can see it there, we establish the line. So I'm just going with 2 dovetails. So I'm going to find the centre, and that midsection is around 3mm. I've kept the top of the pin 3mm. I don't know whether you can see that, but it's 3mm. And then in here, I've kept it about, I suppose, 8mm or so. I wanted to keep it in so, like, you know, we don't have any breakout or that sort of thing. So I've gone ahead and I've done that. So what I do is you put the 2 of them together and you use your knife. You know, your Japanese marking knife or your Stanley knife, whatever sort of knife you want to use, and you score your lines. And once you've got them lines scored, I normally take the pencil and I just cut them lines, you know, mark them lines again, you know, so I can see them better. Then what we'll do is we'll take the bevel and we'll actually mark the dovetails. So the bevel is set to scale 1:8, and I quite like that. I mean, it's, you know, it's a common hardwood. Scale 1:6 is for pine, scale 1:8 is for hardwood, and there's other scales. Other woodworkers use 7.5, 6. You know, like purely whatever you want to do. But I stick with tradition. I mean, this is about as traditional as it gets. 1:6, 1:8. Anything after that, it's up to yourself. Great man for dovetails now is David Barron. Fantastic woodworker. Absolutely fantastic at these dovetails and houndstooth dovetails and every sort of thicker dovetail you can mention. David Barron. So, getting back to what I'm talking about. So that's the mark out of the dovetails. And then what we do is when we have these made and chopped out into this piece here, again with the nice veneer on the front. Once we have, so what I'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll cut these, and then we'll show you how I lay these out on that. But one thing you do have to bear in mind with your cutting gauge, and I favour the marbles. I just favour this one. It's a lovely tool, bulky. It's, you know, nice good grip on it. It's fine. You can get the Veritas one. I have one somewhere. I don't use it. I just don't use it. So as you can see, that's the little cutting pin on it. And if you slide your piece of timber in under that, it should just slide in under. Okay, nice and slow. Then what we're going to do then is we're going to take our marking gauge. We're going to mark them lines. So we're literally going to mark that line, and we're going to mark it all the way around. Okay? So we'll mark this on both of them, which I have already done. I've marked them all the way around. But bear in mind, this is your finished face. So we always want to work from the inside of the drawer. So from the inside of the drawer, we want to take our gauge and we want to score a line down the width, the thickness of this drawer piece, and this represents that. Okay, this represents that. And then while we're at it, we also need to score this face, right? A nice kind of nice heavy score on the inner side. That score represents the thickness of the drawer. So once you have them established, what we can then do is we can cut cut out the waste piece of the dovetails, right? Clean them up on both of them, and then we can start marking out for the draw front. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do next. It kind of takes a while to do these. Like, I mean, like the videos that's taken a while to make. I didn't think it'd take this long, but you know, you don't see the minutes and the hours add up. So I'm trying to cut this a wee bit shorter, you know, in the length of the video. So I'll obviously edit the whole lot, but we'll have to try to cut this a bit shorter so we can quite squeeze everything in and get it out in maybe 3 videos. So it'll be 3 different parts, possibly 2 if we can do it. But you know, I don't want to miss out on some of the finer details. You know, like the whole idea is for you guys to learn, you know, the easy way by watching guys that have done it. I've had to learn the hard way because I've had to learn myself most of this stuff. So, getting back to dovetails, I'm going to set myself up. I'll set the phone up to record what I'm doing and take it from there. So, talk to us in a few minutes. Thank you. So now, before we get started on cutting the dovetails, let's have a look at the tools we're going to use. So, I'm going to use this particular saw, which is the Veritas dovetail saw. It's a beautiful little saw. I'm very surprised actually how good this bloody saw is. Like, I mean, there's a nice little bit of weight in it. It's not heavy at all, but there's just the right balance in it, I have to say. It's a very, very, very nice tool to use. So this is the one I'm going to go ahead with, but there's also another small dovetail handsaw, which is more like a traditional tenon saw. So you could easily use this one. It's a lot more bulky. It's not quite as long a blade on it, so I quite prefer for the stroke to be nice and long. This is quite short, and you know, nevertheless, if anyone has one of these are a good little saw. I mean, I've used it a few times. I'm happy with it. But for the most part of the work that I will be doing, I'll be using tenon saws. Now, the tenon saw will happily cut these, but they're quite big, quite heavy, and again, it's just really what you prefer. But like, if anyone has either of those 3 saws, more people will have these tenon saws. Now, this is a 14-inch tenon saw, and you can get a 12-inch tenon saw. And so probably more people have a tenon saw. So you can do these dovetails with a tenon saw. But I have to say, I favour this little saw. It's a beautiful little saw to work with. So that's what I'm going to use. And the second saw is going to be a coping saw. This is Eclipse coping saw. And this is going to remove the centre waste, the centre piece, or as much of it as we can. So this saw here, so these 2 saws is all we're going to use in our garden saws. And then obviously we'll be using wood chisels to remove it from the oak piece itself. So we just had a quick look at the saws that are required or that you can use for cutting these. But like I said, we'll use the Veritas. Okay guys, so what we're going to do is what I've done is I've taken a wood chisel, and in the very top where that knife line is, I just done a little relief cut. What that'll do is it'll position the saw directly into that line. So let's get these cut now. that's cutting them with the dovetail saw. So our next job now is to take the coping saw and let's remove that waste, okay? Now, that's about as close as we want to go with the coping saw. The next job we're going to do is we're going to cut off this section here, the waste, okay?